Hello everyone, welcome to Bharat Intern YouTube channel. In today's video, we are going to develop a blog website using NodeJS, MongoDB and a simple JavaScript. First, let me introduce myself. I am Govardhan. I am also a student like you guys who is trying to develop his skills and grow his knowledge. First, let me show you the project that we are going to develop today so that you can understand. This is the blog website that we are going to develop today, guys. Here you can read the articles by clicking on read more option. You can read the articles here. You can edit the article also. Let me do some changes here, guys. I'll give here article. Let me give article about project tutorial. Just I'm giving a random information here, guys, for showing you. After you click on save means, see, the changes are updated, and if you click on all articles means you will redirect it to main page. Here if you want to create new articles means you can click on create article button. You can give the details here. Just I'm giving the title name as title, guys, for just showing you. You can give whatever requires the details that you want here. So let me give the details as blog title. Here I'm going to give description, and here I'm going to give simply details. You can drag this box also. You can give lot of information here that you want. After click on save, this article will be saved in our website. See, and also the date will be updated, guys. The date when you created the article, it will also updated. And if you click on delete button means that article will be deleted. This is how our project works, guys. Before starting, you need two softwares. One is NodeJS and second one is MongoDB. We will provide links for these softwares in the description of this video. If you haven't installed, please go and install, guys, as per your operating system requirements. After installing, open Visual Studio Code and let's begin coding. I am back with Visual Studio Code, guys. First, I am going to create a package.json file. For that, we need to use the command npm init. It will create a default package.json file. So I'm gonna give default values here. For that, I am going to click enter. If you want to give specific details, you can. So as you can see, a default package.json file was created. Next, we need to install dependencies. For that, we need to use command npm i. First dependency is Express. Express is a Node.js framework, guys. It helps us to write the server easily. Next is Mongoose. Mongoose helps us to create the database and connect the database to our MongoDB. Next, EJS. EJS helps us to create views, guys, so that we can view our articles. So let me click on enter. It will take a few minutes time as per your internet speed. Dependencies are installed. You can see here MongoDB Express and Mongoose, Express and EJS are installed. Next, I'm gonna install a dev dependency, guys. For that, I have to use npm i save dev npm i --save -dev nodeman. Nodeman helps us to refresh the project, guys. Whenever we make changes to our project, it helps us to automatically refresh. We don't need to reboot the project again and again. so it will decreases our time, guys. Next, yeah, that's it. As you can see, our dev dependencies and our dependencies are installed. Next, I'm going to create the server, guys. For that, I'm going to create a file named as server.js for easily running the server by using NodeJS. I'm going to use command blog website here. See guys, I am creating a script here so that we can easily run our project. So here it is, NodeJS server.js. We don't need to again and again we call the project. It will refreshes automatically. Next, I'm going to server.js and I'm going to use the dependencies that we installed. So first I'm going to use express. So let me type const express is equals to require express. After that, the same way I'm going to use mongoose is equals to require mongoose. Next, I'm going to create app, guys. Const app is equals to, so that we can use express. Yeah, I'm going to run this. I'm going to listen on, let me listen it on port 3000. So that's it. Now let me run the program. See guys, we will easily run this program by using command npm run blog website. See, here we have created a script for easily running this program. So for that, I'm going to use npm run blog website. As you can see, it was running. Now let me open my project. So we are running this project on localhost 3000. So let me run it on localhost 3000. See guys, it was running, but it was not showing because we didn't pass any views in our server.js file. So let me do that. So here I'm going to server.js. Here I'm going to pass views. So app.get slash comma, I'm going to request comma response. So I'm going to send the response here, response dot send. This is let me type welcome to project. I think that's it. Now let me open our project and check it. See, as you can see, welcome to project is printing, but we didn't want an information to print, guys. We want to show HTML pages. For that, we have to use EJS. So let me use that EJS. So for that, I have to use app.set view engine. view engine, and EJS. See guys, here I am using EJS. This view engine helps us to convert these EJS files to HTML files. Next, I am going to create views folder. In this folder I'm going to create a file named as index.js. It's a text file, sorry, EJS, because we are using EJS dependency here. So in this EJS file I'm going to get boiler HTML template. For that I need to type exclamation mark. I'm going to give the heading as blog website, and I gave title as blog website, and I'm going to give the heading here. So here I'm going to give this is a blog website. That's it. Now I'm going to access this index.ejs file in our server.js file using response.render. So let me do that. Here I'm going to give our file index. Let me give that here. So here it is, index. Yeah, I need to give that's it. Now let me refresh our project. See guys, here you can see we are accessing the HTML document in our server. So next I'm going to see guys, let me show our project. See, here we have roots. While we click on create article, a new file was opening, new HTML file. When we click on edit means new HTML was opening. When we click on delete, it was deleted. See, so for that we need to create routes guys. So let me do that. So I'm going to create a new folder named as routes. This thing I'm going to create a JavaScript articles.js. Here first I'm going to import express is equals to require express. After that I'm going to get router using express.router method. Next I'm going to export this router so that I can use this router at anywhere of this project. So exports is equals to router. Here I'm going to import the exported router in our server file. So let me do that quickly. For that I have to use const article router is equals to require. I have to give the path here dot slash. It was in roots inside roots, it was in articles. Yeah, that's it. After importing, I have to use that root. So for that, app.use dot slash, see guys, in URL we are printing slash articles. Next I'm going to pass it here, article router. That's it. Next I'm going to article.js. Here I'm going to give I'm going to give the same thing here with a little bit of changes. Let me copy it for easy coding purpose. Control V. Here I'm going to send response here, not render. So here I'm going to send in the articles, so let me show this whether it was working or not. Looks like our app got crashed, so here I have to use router, guys. There is no app present in here, so let me use router. Think that's it. Let me see our project, how it was working. So here I'm going to give slash articles because I have passed articles here. Maybe you observed it. Articles. See guys, it was printing in the articles the thing that we passing here. So that's it, it was working fine. Now let's get into building our main project from here. Next I'm going to code for index page, our main page. So for that, first I'm going to open this project side to side so that I can keep track. So this is the project that we are going to build, and this is what we come until now. So first I'm going to server.js file. Here I'm going to create, here I'm going to pass articles, guys. See, we need these type of article pages here. So for that I have to pass and create the articles here. So let me create articles. So I'm going to simply give the object name as articles only. So here for creating this type of objects we need to use flower brackets. Yeah, that's it. Next I'm going to create these articles dictionaries. Const articles is equals to, here I'm going to test, sorry, it's title test article, comma. Next I'm going to print, see guys, here first we have title and created date, then we have description. So we need to print in that order. So created at that's date dot now. Next is description. That's test description. The same way I'm going to create for one more article. So let me copy it. Here it is, test article 1. test article 2. That's it. Next I'm going to index.js page. Let me close it. Here I'm going to first change this thing. Let me change it. I'm going to create a div named as container. See guys, I'm creating this box right now. For that I'm creating a div named as container. Next I want a heading. Here I want a heading, so I'm going to give heading as h1. I'm going to give class name is equals to mb4, because mb4 gives us a 4 space guys between this title and this green color button, so that's why we are using mb4 style here. Next I'm going to do the heading as Bharat Intern blog. Next I'm going to create a button below this. For that I have to use href is equals to /articles /new. So when we click on this buttons means it will redirect it to a new page in articles. So next I'm going to give class here. Class is equals to button success. It will create a green color button, so I'm going to give the button name as create article. I think that's it. Yeah, here you can see that it was created a button. Next, see guys, I'm going to import a style. So for that I'm going to use bootstrap CDN. It's a website guys. Here from here onwards you can easily copy CSS styles from this website. So let me open it. Bootstrap. I'm going to simply copy it. So let me copy it quickly. Here I'm going to paste it here. I think that's it. Let me refresh it. See, here you can see that. You can observe the changes now. See what will happen when we click on this create article button. Think nothing happens because we didn't write code for this article /new. It was empty. So before that we need to create these articles guys. It need to show article title, date and description, and also we need to create these 3 buttons guys. So first let me create this. So for creating here we need to create a loop guys that will go through all the articles here and it will show the articles. So first let me create here for writing JavaScript. Here we need to use less than ampersand articles dot for each of article gives rise to. Yeah, we need to close this using ampersand and greater than symbol. Here also we need to do the same thing guys, because for writing JavaScript we need to use the symbols. in EJS file. Next, here I'm going to create a div with a class name of class name is equals to card mt4. Here mt4 means margin top 4. I'm giving margin here because see, as you can see here above this title there is some margin. I'm giving this margin here, so with a4 margin top. Next I'm going to create one more div, the class name of card body. Next I'm going to create the heading, guys. This heading I am creating here, so let me create that thing. So for that I am using h4 class is equals to, here I am giving card title class name. Next I am closing it here. Here again we need to use less than ampersand article dot title for accessing the title. So let me refresh it here. So I got an error, guys. Let me check it. Where's the error? So here, oh, I forgot to close it. Now let me refresh it again. See, two boxes are formed. So next I'm going to see, guys, here I need to print. For printing we have to use is equals to, then only it will print, otherwise it doesn't print. See, now the article title was printed. Next, in the same way we need date, so let me write the code for date. I'm creating one more div, the class name of card subtitle, so I'm giving the date as subtitle, guys. Next I'm going to use text muted. Text muted means, as you can see, this date was in light color, so we achieve those text style using text muted command. So text muted and margin bottom 2. Next, inside this I'm going to give the date. So here we are doing the same thing, guys, less than ampersand, whatever we done before. For printing the variables we need to use less than ampersand is equals to. If it doesn't give is equals to means, then it will doesn't print the value, guys. So I'm going to get created at, I'm going to give ampersand greater than. So let me refresh and check it, guys. See, the date was printing, but as you can see this was like some string. There is no any full stops or commas between this date. For getting those things we need to use the command .toLocalS string. It will convert the date to our preferred format, guys, like first date, next month, next year. So toLocalS date string. I think that's it. Next, let me refresh it. See, I got an error, guys. Here the locale date string is an error. We need to change here, guys. For work for locale string we need to create new date, guys, instead of date.now command. Then only it will work, otherwise it doesn't work. New date, I think that's it. Now let me refresh it. See, here we are now getting the date. Next, in the same way I need this test details, guys, the article description. So for that I'm going to create one more div, guys. Here I'm going to create one more div with a class name of card text, and also I'm going to give margin bottom 2. So so I'm going to close it. Next, inside this I'm going to give the description, guys. Same, less than ampersand is equals to article dot description. What we done before, we are doing again. Article dot description. Next, I'm going to close it. Think that's it. Now let me check whether I'm getting the description or not. See, we are getting description, title and date, and we need to create this button, guys. We will look into these buttons later. So first we need to write the code for what will happen when we click on this create article button. So let me do that. Before that, let me change it, guys. Here, as you can see, for when we click on create article button, we are going into new HTML. So for that I have to create a file. So inside views I'll create one more a folder with the name of articles. Inside this articles I'm going to create new.ejs. so this new.ejs will open when we click on new create article button. So let me click on enter. I'm going to move this index.ejs file inside these articles, guys. So let me do that quickly. So when we change, we have to update these things here also. So let me do it here also. Here I'm going to change these things here. So I'm going to give new. Here I have to give render, guys, because it's not a text, it's a HTML file. So for that we need to use render, and here I'm going to pass the article slash new. I think that's it. Next, in the same way I need to make changes in server.js, guys. Here this is not index, our index file was present inside this article. So for that we have to give article slash index here also. Let me do that. Yeah. Next I'm going to write code for new.ejs. What will happen when we click on create article button? So for that let me copy this thing so that it will be easy work for me, and I'll paste it in new.ejs. Next, here I'm going to delete everything inside the body. So I'll delete everything except this container, guys. So yeah, that's it. Next I'm going to create a heading with a new article. So let me do that quickly here. So I'm going to create a heading. I'm going to give class is equals to mb4. It will create a margin bottom of space 4. So next I'm going to give the heading as new article. Let me give heading as create new article. Yeah, that's it. Next I'm going to create a form here, guys. So let me click on create new. As you can see, it was opening. Next I need to give, let me give some space at the top, guys. So I'm going to give br. That's it. Let me refresh it, and now we got some space above. So next I'm going to create form below this, guys, because see, when we click on create article, here we are getting title, description and markdown to enter the boxes. So we need to create those things. For that we need to use form. So for that I'm going to use form action is equals to slash articles, and method is equals to post. Whenever we create form, we are gonna use method is equals to post. I have a problem with these double quotes, guys, so sorry for that. I am making mistakes again and again. So in this thing, see guys, Here we are going to create a form. Whenever see this new article form and also this edit article form, both are same, but there is a slight change. So we need to create a single form so that we can use this in create article button and also edit article button. So I'm going to create the form externally. So let me do that quickly. I'm going to create a form inside here. I'm going to give the form name as form. So let me form field .ejs. Yeah, I'm going to include this form field.ejs here so that I can use that form here. So let me do that here. Here I'm going to give percentage include. I'm going to access form field here, form field next. I'm going to close it. Yeah, that's it. Let me type some random information here and I will check whether it is working or not. Let me refresh it. See, it was accessing, so our form was working perfectly. We don't need to do any changes. Now I'm going to write this form field.ejs file, guys. Before that, I need to post these form fields into our article.js, guys. So let me do that quickly. Router dot post. So I'm gonna pass slash comma request comma response is equals to. So we will code this later in our project. So before that, I'm going to complete this form field. So let me do this. First, I'm going to create a class named as form group, div class named as form group. Let me do that. Yeah, it was created. Next, I'm going to first give the label for is equals to title, and I'm going to give the title as simply title only. Next, I'm going to give the input. I'm going to make the input as required. So if we submit without any giving any input means it will show error. Next, I'm going to give value. So here I'm going to get the value from our JavaScript using less than ampersand is equals to article.title. What we done before we are doing again. So next I'm going to close this. So after this I'm going to give type of input. I'm going to give the type of input as text. Next, I'm going to give simply the name as title. Next, I'm going to give the ID. See guys, I am facing again and again the problem with these double quotes, so don't get confused. Class is equals to form control, I think that's it. Now let me refresh this. So I got an error, guys. See here, I got an error in form field. Here it is article.title, input required value is equals to article.title. Next, type is equals to text. name is equals to title, and class is equals to form control. So let me see what mistake I have done. Think that's it. Article is not defined. It was showing the article is not defined. So now I got it, guys. We still didn't create a database to post our data, so let me delete this value, and now let me refresh it and see whether it was working or not. See, it was working. Here I am using form control to give the good shape to our form, guys. So let me show you without this. See, if we run without this means, see, it was aligning side by side. We want the form to be looks good, and it needs to be in good shape. So for that we are using form control. Next I'm going to create the same thing for our description and markdown, guys. So let me do that quickly. So for that thing I'm going to copy it and change the values. I'm going to copy it 3 times. So here it is, description here. Here I'm going to give the title, the name as description. Here also it is text area, guys. You can see this description here. It is a text area. We can drag this, so we need to change this to text area. Okay, that's it. Next I'm going to give its name as description. I'm going to give the ID as description again. So let me do that. Let me refresh it. Okay, let me delete this text here. I have to close this text area, guys, otherwise it will print the code in it. So let me close it. Okay, it was closed. Let me refresh it once again. Yeah, now it was not showing. Next I'm going to change this thing, so let me change it. I'm going to delete this required, guys. Even we can fill the details without description. That's what I want. Next I'm going to change this to markdown. Let me do that quickly. Markdown. Here also I'm going to change the title to markdown. Next I'm going to change this type on required, and here I'm going to change the name to markdown. Here also I'm going to give the ID is equals to markdown. Next I'm going to close this text area. Sorry guys, I forgot to change it to this input type to text area here. So that's what my mistake. Next I'm going to close this text area, and also we deleted the div here. Let me give it again. Think that's it, guys. Let me refresh it. Yeah, now we got, and we need to create the submit and cancel button, guys. When we click on submit means this data will be stored in our database. So I'm going to create the button. Type is equals to submit, and here I'm going to give the class is equals to, I am giving the bootstrap CSS guys, that is a button space primary. It will create a primary button with a blue color. So I'm going to give the name here as save. Let me refresh it and see. Yeah, we got a save button. Next I'm going to create clear button guys. So here I'm going to use href, so that when we click on this cancel button means we will be redirected to our main page. This, let me see, when we click on this page means we will be redirected to our main website. So that's what I want. I'm doing here. Let me create this thing. So here I'm going to give the class is equals to button. I'm creating a secondary button here guys. This will create a little bit brown color button. So I'm going to give the name cancel. Yeah, let me refresh it. Yeah, here you can see there is a cancel and save button. When we click on this cancel button means we will be redirected to our main website. So let me give a little bit space here, so that, yeah, let me click on cancel. See, when we click on this cancel button we redirected to our main website. Next I'm going to use this post method to post our articles to MongoDB database. So let me get into server.js file. Here I'm going to use this mongoose guys to connect to our MongoDB database. So let me open the MongoDB that we installed. If you haven't installed, please go and install guys. This was very important, otherwise your data will be not stored to database and it will be not connected. So yeah, our database was opened. Now I'm going to connect to MongoDB using mongoose. So for that I have to write command mongoose dot connect. I'm gonna write MongoDB semicolon, sorry, colon, backward slash localhost, and simply I'm gonna give my database name guys. I'm going to give database name as Bharat Intern database. And let me give capital letters here so that it will look good. Bharat Intern database. That's it guys. Now we connected to our database. Think that's good. We are good to go guys. It will show some error guys if you have using some different version of MongoDB in this terminal. If it shows any error means it will tell you to add this code to your code here. It will tell you to add flower brackets and add the error, something like that here, according to your MongoDB version. Please do according to it guys, don't get confused. Okay, it doesn't show any errors for me, that's why I'm going through like this. Next I'm going to create models guys in these models so that we can connect to our database and store the articles. So let me create that. I'm going to create a folder named as models. In this thing I'm going to create article.js file. So let me do that. Article.js thing, that's it. Next I'm going to import these things. Before that I'm going to import these things guys. So here I'm going to import const article is equals to require. Here I'm going to give dot slash models slash articles. Think that's it. We will import it later guys after finishing our article.js file, so that we didn't get any error. So let me write code for our article.js. Here first I'm going to import const mongoose is equals to, sorry, spelling mistake guys, require mongoose. Next I'm going to create a article schema, const article schema. Is equals to new mongoose dot schema. Here I'm going to give our data types guys. See, I'm going to give these title type and whether it is required or not in this article schema. So let me do that quickly here. Title, so first title type is string. Next, it was required or not. Yeah, title is definitely required guys, so I'm going to give required true. Next, after that I'm going to do for description. Here in this description I'm going to give type is equals to string, and we didn't require this description guys. Even we can submit the create article form without even we writing the description, so I'm going to don't give any required tags here. Next I'm going to write for markdown. For markdown it is required guys, type is equals to string. Next, it was required. If you submit the form without submitting it means it will show error. Next I'm going to do this for our date guys, created at date, this date. So let me do that here. So here I'm going to give created at type is equals to date. Next I'm going to give default. Default it's going to take date.now guys, because whenever we click on create article and when we submitted article means then it's going to take the date exactly. So that's it. Next I'm going to import these guys so that we can use this data in our project in other files. So module.exports is equals to mongoose dot model. I'm going to give the name as article. Next I'm going to pass article schema that we created. So that's it. Yeah, that's it guys. Next I'm going to use this article schema in our article.js. So let me do that. So here I'm going to use this here. So I'm going to create a const article is equals to require. So I'm going to dot slash. See guys, I'm using dot slash here for getting back. I think you know this method, slash articles. Yeah, that's it. Next for using these things in this, for using this article schema in our articles.js, we need to use a code here. So let me get there. Here we need to use app dot use express dot URL encoded. Here I'm going to give extended false. So that's it. Next I'm going to import that article here. Const article is equals to require dot slash models slash article. Yeah, that's it. It was showing error, guys. I think I have made a mistake somewhere, guys. So here it was showing cannot find module sourced articles. Oh, it is article, guys, not articles. Don't do mistakes like me, guys. Now I think our error resolved. See, now it was running successfully. Now I will continue my project. So let me get into this articles.js. Here I'm going to code for this rotor.post. So here I'm going to create it as an async function, and also I'm going to create a const article is equals to new article, and here I'm going to pass title. The title is required dot body dot title. The same way I'm going to give description. Description is, so I have to give it in next line, guys. Description, same thing, required dot body dot description. Next I'm going to write for markdown. Here also same thing, required dot body dot markdown. Yeah, that's it, guys. As you can see, this is an async function, guys. So for async function, I'm going to write the command here so that it will wait till this completion of this command, then only it will go for another process. So let me do that. Here I'm going to write await article dot save. Yeah, I'm going to give this await in try and catch, guys, so that we can catch the errors effectively. So let me do that. Here I'm going to give this when we successfully got article.save means then it was gonna save this to our article. Next I'm going to redirect this page. So response.redirect. Here I'm going to redirect to, see guys, this is not single quotes, guys. This is you can think a comma present, a quote present between one. So I'm typing it here, don't get confused. So here I'm going to redirect to articles slash, I'm going to give dollar symbol. So let me find dollar symbol in my keyboard, guys. Think I am facing confusion here. Where is dollar symbol? Yeah, find it. Next I'm going to give article ID. Yeah, here I need to, sorry, it's dot ID. Here I need to create a router dot post, sorry, router dot put. Here I'm going to create for an ID. So Here I'm going to pass request comma response, and next we will do this later, guys. Here I need to write catch also. When we use try means, automatically we need to catch the exception, otherwise it will show an error, guys. This thing I'm going to, if it raises any exception means, then I'm going to response.render articles /new. So I'm again forwarding it to new if you get any error means. So here also I'm using single quote, guys, articles /new. Next I'm going to give comma, and I am going to pass the object article. Think we are good to go. We are free of errors. Let me click it. Let me post any data here. Click on save. Yeah, it was working quite efficient, guys. Still we need a lot of project was pending. It will work efficiently when we complete the all coding, guys. So let me go for next step. Now I'm going to form field.ejs, and I'm going to assign the value here. So let me do that. Here I'm going to assign the value is equals to, here I'm using less than ampersand is equals to article.title. So I'm accessing it directly using JavaScript. I'm going to close it. Yeah, that's it. Next, in the same way, we are going to do it for description also. So here I'm going to give article.description. So here I am doing it. Article.description. Next, here I'm going to, sorry guys, we forgot is equals to here. Without is equals to, it doesn't print the value, so we don't need to forget it. Next I'm going to do it for markdown. So that is article.markdown. And also I'm gonna make the markdown as required. So let me enter the data now, guys, and see what will happen. See, if we submit now, it was taking the data even without the markdown. So let me make it required and see we make the markdown as required. Now when we submit means, it was showing an error, please fill out this field. So let me enter it and click on save. Yeah, now it was taking the data here. Now let me refresh it. Next I'm going to articles.js. Here I'm gonna make some changes. In article router.get/new, here I'm going to pass article as new article. So it will create a new article every time. So let me do that now. Let me type some data. Let me click on save. Yeah, that's it. It was taking, but we have a lot of work to do. Let me do that quickly. Here I'm gonna make this to let. I'm going changing the const to let here. Next I'm going to do this ID here. See, when we submit an article, when we click on save, it was going to this article.id, but we didn't mention what will happen when we go through this article/id. So we have to code for that thing right now, so let me do that quickly here. So here I'm going to use the async function, so let me use async function here. Now I'm going to create const article is equals to await. Guys, I used async function, so I'm using await here. Await article dot find by id, and here in this thing I'm going to pass required dot params dot id, and also I'm gonna do render here. I'm going to run to edit, so let me do that quickly here. So I'm rendering to edit articles slash edit. Next, this thing I'm gonna pass our article thing. That's it. See guys, here and also I'm gonna check whether this article that we entered before clicking on save, whether it is empty or not. If it is empty, means we will be redirected to our main website. Let me do that quickly here. If article is equals to null, I'm gonna do response dot redirect to our back main index page. So let me do that quickly here. I'll show you guys. See, when we click on save, when we click on save, see here it was redirecting to our edit page. We didn't write the code for edit right now, so I'll show you if what will happen, why, in which case it will be redirected to other page if we type any some other number. Means when we click on enter, see it was showing an error here. Let me add some random data. I have an error here guys. It was showing cannot get articles, so let me inspect it. There is nothing much about the error in this inspect page, so let me here I have to use router.get guys instead of put, so let me change that quickly. It's router.get. so let me get into backs, so I'll submit again. See, it was submitting now, but there is no show.ejs page in our article, so let me create it quickly. So let me create it, show.ejs. Let me get back now. Let me click. Yeah, here now it was opening articles.show, but it was empty, right? That's why it was not showing. Let me refresh it now once again. See, it was typing, so it was working perfectly guys. We don't need to make any changes here. So let me click on the save now. Here we need to write the code for this show.ejs, so I'm simply going to copy this new.ejs to our show.ejs. It saves my time, so let me do that. See, I'm pasting here, and I'm going to delete this form here. Let me do that. I'm deleting this everything except container. So let me click on this and see what will happen. Here I'm gonna create a title, guys. So let me do that. Here I'm going to give the heading 1 with a class name of MB5. It creates a margin bottom of MB1, guys. So next I'm going to give the article title. Same, I am using this less than ampersand, guys, what we used before, article dot title. I'm closing it now. So let me refresh it and see what was happening. Yeah, here it now was printing, guys. Let me refresh it once again. Yeah, next I'm going to give the date, guys. So let me show you this thing here. See, when we let me get back. See, here first it shows the title, next it shows the date, and it will shows 2 buttons here, guys. So we need to create these things here. So let me do that quickly here. So I'm going to create a class name, a div class with a name of text muted. So I'm using bootstrap here so that I can easily create. I'm giving the margin bottom of 2 here. So I'm gonna pass our date, that is equals to article dot created at dot to locale string, locale date string, and I'm going to close it. Let me refresh it and see whether our date was printing. Yes, you can now see that our date was printing. Next I'm going to create these 2 buttons, guys, all articles and edit. So let me do that quickly here. So for that I have to use href. Href is equals to this slash, guys. I'm creating the all articles button here. When we click on all articles buttons means we are gonna when we click on all articles buttons means next we are going to get back to our main page, guys. So class is equals to, I'm going to give button secondary. Here I'm gonna give the button name all articles. Let me refresh it. Yeah, we got the button, guys. Next, in the same way, I'm going to create the button for our edit. So here also href is equals to, I'm going to do articles slash edit slash, and here I'm going to give that is equals to article dot id. So next I'm going to close it. Here I'm going to give, sorry guys, here I'm going to give class is equals to button space info, and here I'm gonna give edit button name. Let me refresh it. Yeah, now we got these all articles buttons and edit button, guys. And also below this we need to show this markdown. So let me do that. Here I'm gonna create a div one more. In this div I'm gonna show the markdown, so let me do that. Articles dot markdown. Let me refresh it and see. Oh sorry guys, it was is equals to it is not articles dot markdown, it is article dot markdown guys. Yeah, now we got our title, date, all articles and edit button. Now instead of using these test articles, I'm gonna get the data from our direct MongoDB database. So for that I'm going to delete these our assigned values in server.js. See guys, here we are already imported const article is equals to required from our models, these article.js. so I'm gonna use that here now. So I'm gonna create const articles is equals to article dot find. Let me refresh it. I got an error, so let me quickly fix it. I'm going to make it as async function, and here I'm gonna use await here, await, and I'm gonna refresh it once again. Yeah, here you can see that these are all the articles that we entered while we writing the project guys. These all the articles are these are not articles, just random data that's I entered while testing the articles. This data is stored in MongoDB, that's why it was showing, and I'm gonna sort it guys. I want should be is latest article should be in the top and old article should be present at the bottom. So for that I'm going to use sort. Here I'm gonna give based on created at time, so I'm gonna give the descending order guys, so that our latest article will appear at top. Let me refresh it. Yeah, here you can see that the latest articles created on 15 are appeared at top and the old articles appeared at bottom. That's what we are doing here. Now as you can see guys, in this main project here we have read more button. So our next goal is to create the read more button. So let me get into it and create read more button here. So for that I have to go to index.ejs. so here I want to create the read more button. So here I'm gonna create the read more button at next to the description guys. So I'm gonna create read more button here. So I'm going to use href is equals to articles slash articles slash, and here I'm going to give the ID guys. I'm going to give this less than ampersand is equals to article dot ID, and I'm going to close it. That's it. Next I'm going to give the class is equals to button space button primary style, and I'm going to give the name finally as read more. Let me refresh it. Yeah, here now see we can find the read more button. When we click on it, See, we are redirecting into read to our article. Next, let me click on all articles. Yeah guys, it was working perfectly. When we click on read more article, there is some random tag here. This tag looks ugly. We don't want this type of tags. We want a title should be present at article slash. After that, we need title should be present. For that, we need some dependencies, guys, for doing that thing. So let me install those dependencies. So I'm going to click yes. So I'm going to install npm I marked and slugify. See guys, marked helps us to convert the markdown to HTML, and slugify helps us to convert this text into URLs. That's what we are doing here. Yeah, now our dependencies are installed. Now I'm going to use these dependencies. So I'm going to use these dependencies in article.js. Here I'm going to give const marked is equals to require of marked. Next I'm going to give const slugify is equals to require of slugify. Yeah, that's it. Next I'm going to change this here. I'm going to create a slug, guys. Slug type is equals to string. Next require true. Next, it should be unique, guys. For it is like a tag, it should be unique for each and every article. So I'm going to give unique is equals to true. Yeah. Next I'm going to generate this slug, guys. Slug is going to be generated based on your article name. So for that I'm going to use article schema dot pre. I'm going to validate. See guys, slug will be generated at every function. When we create any articles, means at every time it will going to create a new slug. So if this dot title, then this dot slug is equals to, I'm going to use the slugify here, slugify this dot title. I'm going to convert the title first to our lower order. Next I'm going to use strict is equals to true. It means, guys, whenever if there is any like special characters present in our title, means then we are simply going to ignore these special characters, and we're just going to take alphabets in our title and then we convert into the slug so that we can use in our URL. That's what we are doing here, nothing much. So I'm going to call this next here. So it will create a new slug for each and everything. So yeah, let me run it once again, guys. npm run blog website. That's what our script. Yeah, our project is running. We got an error, guys, something. Yeah, here it is, require. Where is, yeah, that's spelling mistake, guys. I'm going to do Control Z. Let me refresh it now. Yeah, it was working. Now I'm going to click on read more. See, still there is these IDs, guys. We need to convert them. For that thing I'm going to change this ID to slug here. Let me change it quickly, slug. And here also I'm going to change this to find one. When we are using slugs, we have to use find one, not find by ID. Next where I have used id, here I have to change it to slug here also. Next, is there anywhere? Yeah, here also I use slug guys, slug. Next I have used the slug somewhere guys. Yeah, here I need to convert it to slug. Yeah, that's it. Next I'm going to refresh it and click on read more. So I had made a mistake guys somewhere here when we can't get articles, so we done a mistake. I think I have done mistake somewhere guys. Yeah, here I have to use slug, so we are using find one, so we have to use slug. Let me close it. Yeah, that's it. Looks like now we are good to go. Let me refresh it once again. Let me click on read more. Yeah, now we are finding guys. As you can see, our title was presenting in our URL, so it was converting our title to URL. That's why we are using slug here guys. Next I'm going to delete these old articles guys. See, there are a lot of articles. These are old articles. Let me refresh it. These are old articles guys. We have to delete these things. So let me go to articles.js. Here I'm going to use router.delete. Let me do that thing here quickly. Router.delete. Here I'm going to give id comma async. I'm going to create an async function, request comma response. And in this thing I'm going to pass await article dot find by id and delete request dot params dot id. Next I'm going to simply redirect to our main page after deleting it. See guys, I am creating a router.delete method to delete. I'm going to create a delete button here. For that thing I'm creating a router.delete method. So next I'm going to install a dependency guys for deleting purpose. So let me do that quickly. I'm going to install npm, let me drag it on the top so that you can also see. I'm going to install it. It is method override guys, npm I method override. Yeah, it was installing. Yeah, it was successfully installed guys. Now I'm going to use this method override in our server.js. So let me open the server.js. Think where is it is. Yeah, I find it. Here I'm going to use const method override is equals to require method override. Next I'm going to use this method override in our file. So app.use method override. I'm using method here. Yeah, I think that's it. Next I'm going to create this delete button, guys. So let me create it quickly. Where is my index.ejs file? Yeah, I opened index.ejs file. I'm going to create this delete button after this read more button. So let me do that quickly. I'm going to give form action is equals to slash articles slash less than ampersand is equals to article dot id ampersand greater than, and here I'm going to give the method question mark. Where is question mark? Yeah, I find question mark method is equals to delete. Here I am using that method override, guys, that we imported in our server.js file. Method is equals to post next I'm going to give the class is equals to inline, so that our button will present next to our read more button. D inline, guys, not inlines. D inline. I think that's it. Inside this I'm going to create our button type is equals to submit, and class is equals to button danger. Yeah, here I am going to give the delete. I think that's it, guys. We are good to go. Let me refresh it and check the thing. It was taking some time. Looks like I got an error. Oh, sorry, guys, I forgot to run. That's why it was not opening. npm run blog website. Yeah, it was running. Let me refresh it now. Yeah, here you can see the read more and delete button. When we click on delete button, see, it was going to get deleted. I'll click on delete, 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 delete. There are a lot more things, guys. See, when we click on delete, it was deleting, but I think you can't able to find difference, guys, because there are a lot of articles. Let me delete all them quickly so that you can see they are all deleting, guys. Next I'm going to next step. Now I'm going to use this marked, guys, for converting my markdown to HTML. Before that I need to install some dependencies for preventing users from entering the malicious data into our articles, guys, so that we can able to protect our website. So for that I need to install, let me install npm I DOM purify. It helps us to purify the HTML, guys. Means it helps us to check whether user was entering the malicious free data or not. If the user enters any malicious data into our website, means then it automatically restricts, so that we can able to save our website from malicious users, guys. So along with this I am going to use JS DOM. So JS DOM was required, guys. For here we are using NodeJS. For connecting DOM purify and NodeJS we need JS DOM. So for that I'm using this command. So it takes a few minutes or few seconds based on your internet speed. So let me wait till it completion. Yeah, guys, it was getting completed. So after it was installed dependencies means, then I'm going to create const create DOM purify. I'm creating a create DOM purify, guys. Using this, we are going to purify the data that users that going to enter in our website. So see, our dependencies are installed, so that I'm going to use those dependencies here. Require DOM purify. Yeah, that's it. Next, I'm going to get const JS DOM. Here I'm using brackets, guys. We are using brackets because we are want only little bit JS DOM from this dependency. We don't want another things present in this dependency. So for that thing, for getting only what we required, we need to use these flower brackets. JS DOM is equals to require JS DOM. Yeah, let me give space here. Next, I'm going to create a const named as DOM purify. So this DOM purify is gonna use our create DOM purify that we created above in this code. It was gonna take a new JS DOM window. See guys, our NodeJS doesn't access or know about JavaScript. We have to use JS DOM for connecting this DOM purify and NodeJS server. So that's why we are using here JS DOM. So these are small letters, guys, not capital letters. Pardon me. Next, I'm going to use this DOM purify here. So if sorry guys, before that I have to create a data type here. So I'm going to create a data type sanitized HTML. This is the HTML that we get after purifying the data that we get from users. So I'm going to give type is equals to string, is equals to means colon. So next, required true. Yeah, that's it guys. Looks like we didn't created the sanitized HTML till now, so we will create it here. If this dot markdown, then we are going to create this dot sanitized HTML is equals to DOM purify. I'm using the DOM purify here dot sanitize. So here I'm going to use market to markdown to convert my markdown to HTML. After that, we are using DOM purify to sanitize it, and I am storing it to sanitized HTML variable. That's what I am doing here. This dot markdown. I think that's it guys. You're good to go. So I think yeah, here I forgot comma. Yeah, that's it. We are good to go. Next, I'm going to use this sanitized HTML in my show.ejs. So here I have to use article dot, here it is, sanitized HTML, sanitized HTML. Yeah, that's it. Now let me create one more article, guys. I'm going to create an article. Sorry, I forgot to run this program, guys. npm run blog website. Yeah, now it was good to run, so let me refresh it. Sorry, I forgot the run. Let me run it. Yeah, now our server was running. We are good to go. Yeah, let me create an article. I'm going to create an article as test article, and I'm going to give description as for testing purpose. Next, here I'm going to give one heading in this drop down, so I'm going to give heading as testing blog website. So let me save it. I think we have some few more things to do coding, guys, so let me do that quickly. Here I'm going to, we didn't write code for this edit page until now, guys. That's why when we click on save, nothing was happening, guys. So for that I have to create a router dot get and with edit. So let me, it was same as new page, guys, so let me do that quickly. Here I am pasting here. I'm going to change, it is edit and also slash id, it has some id. Next I'm going to create an article here, const article is equals to article dot find by id, and here I'm gonna pass require dot params dot id, and here it is render. I'm gonna response dot render articles dot edit, guys. We still didn't create an edit page, we will create it, don't worry. That's why it's showing error. So here it is article, yeah, it is an async function, guys. I'm going to create an async function. For async function we have to use await. I think that's it. Next I'm going to create a new file inside this articles named as edit.ejs. Yeah, it was created. Looks like it was showing an error here, guys. Yeah, I forgot to close it here, that's why it's showing error. Yeah, now it is, error was resolved. Next I'm going to code for this edit.ejs. Our edit.ejs file was same as new.ejs file, guys, so I'm going to copy and paste it in edit.ejs, and I will make few changes here. Here I'm going to include this form field also, and I'm going to delete this create new article here, so let me delete it. I'll keep the container as it is, and here I'm going to give the heading h1. I'm going to give it as, so before that I'm going to give class name is equals to mb4, it means I am giving margin bottom 4, and I'm going to give the heading edit article. So that's it. Next I'm going to change this form action is equals to article slash I'm going to give less than ampersand is equals to articles dot id ampersand. I'm closing it here, and I'm going to use the method put so that we can update the data. Method is equals to put. And that's it guys, looks like we are good to go. Let me cancel it. Here I'm gonna see, still we didn't created edit button. Don't worry guys, we will create it. So let me click on edit. So it was showing an error guys, articles is not defined. So where? Here it was showing that articles is not defined. So let me check it. Yeah, here it is article.id guys, not articles.id. Let me refresh it now. See, it was working perfectly fine. Let me click on save. So it was showing articles cannot put into articles. So we need to write code guys, router.put. So we will do it later. Let me try to create an article now. So let's see what will happen. So I'm going to give a random letters. Here also I'm going to give markdown. Let me click on save. Oh, it was not working guys after doing all this stuff. So I'm going to look into the problem. See guys, here there is marked, right? Here for using const marked we have to give flower brackets. We have to use this flower brackets in latest version guys, otherwise our code doesn't work. So let me click it on save now. See, now it was working perfectly fine. So I'm gonna click on all articles. Yeah, here you can see these things. Next I want to go to articles.js. Here we need to create router.put guys. For clicking on edit, when we click on edit and when we completed the changes, when we click on save, these the changes that we made need to store in our database. So for that thing we have to create router.put. So let me do that quickly here. So here I'm going to see guys, router.post and router.put are almost both are same guys. So that's why I'm going to copy it. Before that I want to create a function guys. I will create a function and I will keep these things, all these values assigned, try and catch in that function, and I will try to access this function from our post as well as put, so that it will be easy. I don't need to write code again and again. So let me cut it from here. Let me cut it. So I'm going to create a function named as save article. In this function I am going to give path. So here I am going to paste our code that we cut. So here we need to make few changes guys. I'm going to create an async function here, return async. Here I'm going to pass request comma response. Yeah, next I'm going to close this here. Yeah, next I want to make the changes here guys. Here it is, we are not creating an article guys. Here we are just requesting the data from the article. So for that purpose I'm going to give request.article, and here it is article.title. it is equals to, guys, here it is article dot description, here also same, it's again is equals to, here it is article dot markdown, here also same is equals to again. So I'm going to remove these commas here, we don't need commas. Next there is try article is equals to await, yeah, this looks fine. And here we need to change, guys, here I'm going to give, see here I am taking path here, so it is article slash path. Instead of these single quotes, we have to use those a quote mark present before one, guys, I don't know what we call that quote mark, so I'm using that thing. So here I'm going to give path, let me give that quickly. See, whenever you are using these type of variables, we need to use those quotes that present before one, guys, in your keyboard. Okay, next I'm going to create a router.post, let me create it. Before it I'm going to make changes to our router.post, guys, then we will go into router.put. So let me do here, it is async function request comma response, and also I'm going to pass next here. So and inside this I'm going to create request dot article is equals to await article dot find by id, and here I'm going to pass request comma parameters dot id. Next I'm going to redirect response dot redirect, sorry guys, I made a mistake here, it is router.put here, not router.post. So here I'm going to raise this function here. Next in this thing, in this I'm going to call this function, guys, save article. So let me call it save article, and I'm gonna pass edit here in this put. I think that's it. Next, in the same way, we are going to create a router.post, guys. So let me do that quickly here. I'll copy it and I'll paste it again. It is router.post. Yeah, here it is. In this router.put, we have to give id, guys, not simply slash. If it is router.post means simple slash was okay. Next, here it is request.article is equals to new article. See, we are using router.post for creating article and router.put to editing the article. So that's why in router.post we are taking request.article is equals to new article. That's it. Next is same. Here it is new, guys, not edit. In this put it is edit. Okay, I think that's it, guys. We are good to go. Next I'm going to make some slight change, guys. I have to add edit button here. So for that thing I have to go to here index.ejs. Here I'm going to create edit button, so let me copy it. and I'll paste it here. Here I'm going to make the changes. It is edit button, so for that here I have to give articles/edit. Slash, now here I'm going to give article ID, article dot ID, ampersand, I'm closing. Next I'm going to give class button is equals, here it is info guys. We are giving different bootstrap CSS style here, so that it looks different from our read more and delete button. So it is edit. I think that's it guys. Let me refresh it and see. Yeah, here you can see this. Here we have read more button, edit button and delete button. So let me make some changes guys. I'll give this website title as Bharat Intern blog website. Let me refresh it. Yeah, now it was okay. First I'll create a article, so I'll give the title as Bharat Intern. We are testing our project guys, whether everything is fine or not. In this description I'm going to give virtual internship providing platform. Next here I'm going to give already provided internships. So let me change it here. Bharat Intern already provided internships for a lot of students across various domains. I think this is our article guys. Just I'm giving some basic information about our Bharat Intern virtual internship platform. So I'm going to click here. Yeah, here you can see this. Our article was saved. If you want to make changes means I will click on edit. So I'm going to give a slight heading here. I'm going to give the heading as internships. So I'm going to save. Yeah, here it was saved guys. Next I'll click on all articles. If you want to delete article means you can click on delete. If you want to read more, you can click on read more. If you want to edit, you can edit. If you want to delete, you can simply click on delete. This is our project guys. That's it guys. We finally developed an amazing blog website using JavaScript, NodeJS and MongoDB. If you followed me and completed an entire project means pat yourself on your shoulders guys. You've done a great job. And also if you gained knowledge through this video, please make sure to like this video and subscribe to Bharat Intern YouTube channel. And also one more thing guys, I have a YouTube channel where I make videos on coding, web app and blockchain development tutorials. If you are interested, make sure to check out my YouTube channel. The links are provided in the description and title of this video. That's it guys. I will meet you again with another exciting project tutorial on our Bharat Intern YouTube channel. Thank you all.